Teleprompters not. You're watching Franciscan Beat News. I'm Thomas Pear-Manley. We begin with continued coverage of the train derailment in East Palestine 2 weeks ago. As residents return to the evacuated community, worries are arising from the original holdouts of the mandatory evacuation that the community may not be safe enough for residents to return home. These concerns come as reports of dead animals continue to pour in from communities as far as 100 miles from the accident. Although federal authorities say that the air and water quality levels are safe and that there is no risk to humans, many residents are not reassured. These concerns sparked a rumor that Franciscan University, which is only located just under 45 miles from the scene of the accident, may have had to send its students home and return to remote learning. In a special bulletin last night, university officials said that they had, quote, been in contact with local and state water and air authorities and have received assurances that the water and air quality in Steubenville remains safe. The statement also says that according to Jim Jenkins, superintendent of the Steubenville Water Department, the water is being distributed throughout the city is safe to drink. He further explained that any chemicals found in the Ohio River are completely removed by treating them with either carbon or chlorine. The city of Steubenville is currently treating all water coming into the treatment plant with both carbon and chlorine out of an abundance of caution. No chemical concentration has been found in any water coming out of the Steubenville treatment plant. Of course, the treatment plant does not have the best track record, with a number of water main breaks and subsequent boil water advisories last month, leading students and Steubenville residents less than confident in the city's infrastructure. At the end of the bulletin, Dr. Dan Dentino, Vice President of Student Life at the university, said, quote, "We will continue to monitor what is occurring in East Palestine to ensure that it does not impact our area." Also rocking a university campus last night, a mass shooting at Michigan State University that left 3 students dead and 5 students injured. The lone gunman, 43-year-old Anthony McCrae, was found dead by a self-inflicted gunshot wound. According to Deputy Chief Chris Rosman of the Michigan State University Police Department, the shooter had no relation to the university, and the motive behind his actions remains unclear. Bishop Earl Boyer, Bishop of the Diocese of Lansing, tweeted early this morning saying, quote, "A dreadfully dark day in East Lansing. May the love of Almighty God restore health to the injured, sustain those caring for them, bestow solace on those who mourn, and eternal rest to those who were killed. The Catholic community is praying that they rest in peace." We reached out to the bishop's office for further comment, but received no response. Looking forward now to the 2024 general election, former South Carolina governor and former ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, has announced the start of her run as a Republican candidate to be the 47th president of the United States. She is the first Republican to enter the race against former President Donald Trump, who announced his candidacy back in November. She is also the third Indian American, behind Vice President Kamala Harris, to run for the office. Haley has criticized former President Trump's actions in the January 6th insurrection at the United States Capitol and chose to run against him, citing the need for a, quote, generational change. Other Republicans expected to run include Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, a practicing Catholic, and Trump's own vice president, former Indiana Governor Mike Pence. Now to our 3-day weather forecast. Don't go preparing for spring just yet. Despite the warm spell this week, including a warm yet windy day tomorrow, temperatures are expected to return to the mid-40s for the rest of this month. Right now it's 55 and sunny with a 7-mile-an-hour wind moving north-northeast. Tomorrow, as I said, we can mention a high of 70, but we will have a high wind advisory as winds could move southwest at up to 40 miles per hour. Thursday will bring a 91% chance of rain as the Steel Valley begins to cool off once again. This has been your Franciscan Beat News Brief. As always, I'm Thomas Pear-Manley. We'll see you tomorrow as we cover the news impacting your lives here at Franciscan University. Good night and God bless.